Hello, let's visit the Philippines. And to tell us about the destination for mice, I'm with Raquel Ruth Tria-Joya, Acting Head of the Mice Department at the Tourism Promotions Board Philippines. And you are watching Trends. Raquel, thank you for joining us today at the Trends pop-up studio at IT&CMA and CTW 2025. Look, I've never been to the Philippines and I haven't lived. Can you share with us some of the highlights of what the Philippines has to offer for leisure travellers and also mice?
Okay. So maybe what you don't know is that the Philippines has more than 7,000 islands. So to be exact, it's about we have 7,641 islands. So imagine the number of islands that we have. So it means that you have a wide array of selections in terms not only of activities but also the destination. So if you're looking for a beach, then we have it. And as a matter of fact, we have two of the world's most awarded holiday destinations. Palawan and the other one is Boracay. And then what you probably don't know is that the Philippines is also rich in culture, rich in tradition. So what makes us apart is that even though we are diverse in terms of the numbers of islands that we have, but if you imagine a tapestry, if you imagine a weave, so it's like we're thousands of islands, but we are stitched together, woven together. And we have a very nice culture, tradition. And if you stitch it together, we either diversified. But if you see the whole picture of it, then you saw a beautiful pattern of designs. So like these, the weaves that
Is
I
that
am
traditional
wearing.
Filipino?
It is. So you see different colors, you see different types of patterns, but when you look at it, you can picture a nation that has a beautiful pattern, a beautiful tapestry. And aside from that, what sets us apart is the nature of the Filipinos. What you probably don't know is that Filipinos are known for its legendary hospitality.
Now, we're at IT&CMA and CTW, so I saw an incredible Philippine stand over the other side of the show. And what would be the top destinations for mice coming to the Philippines? Is Manila number one?
Being the capital of the Philippines, Manila would be that of course the top city for mice events. But there's more to Manila, as a matter of fact. So we have Cebu. We are seeing exciting developments in Cebu because in Cebu City alone, by the way, Cebu is an hour away from Manila, and Cebu has an international airport which makes accessibility much easier. So in Cebu, there are upcoming infrastructure like we see Mactan Expo. So that's another my structure that is set to open the fourth quarter of this year. So we see that there's going to be a lot of additional exhibition spaces in Cebu.
Is that going to be big?
It is. So that's being developed by Mega World and then SMX Convention Center. As of the moment, SMX is not only investing in Manila, but they have also convention centers spread out all over across the Philippines. So they are also expanding their property in Cebu. And there's also Clark. What's good about Clark is that it has also its own international airport. It also houses different hotels, international chains, and it has also been preparing itself in terms of ease of traveling and also it's becoming a hub actually, Clark. And then of course there is Davao located at the south of the Philippines. So like Cebu, it is also a dynamic city that is suitable for meetings and for exhibitions. So there's more of MICE destinations aside from Manila itself.
How about sustainability? Is the industry talking about going green?
Actually, in the Philippines, we have been practicing sustainability and imparting that in when we do organize our events. And the trend now is that it is now becoming part of the nature. It is part of the nature of when we organize events. So it's now before, like 10 years ago, you see paper all over the place, but now it's becoming paperless. And even in simple practices and simple gesture, we don't use now we don't use bottled containers anymore, but we encourage our participants to bring their own containers when they do attend events. And we're also adopting technology so that our events become more sustainable. And nowadays, there's a higher level of awareness, not even for the organizers, but also for the attendees to practice green meetings when they organize and attend events.
Is there more to the Philippines than Manila? We've said that. Do you want to touch on AI?
Okay.
Is AI impacting the way that you promote the Philippines?
I think in the Philippines, we are just starting when it comes to adopting AI. In our office alone, we have started training our people about not only about awareness, but how to use AI technology in how we do, how it can make our things, our work easier. And I also see that some of the tourism establishments in the Philippines are now imparting chatbots in the way they transact businesses and handling queries. I could say that we are still in the early stage of adopting, practicing AI, integrating AI in what we do in terms of tourism. And then for the Department of Tourism, which is our mother agency, we our mother agency have started to partner with MasterCard for data-driven information, because that's how we optimize big data and use the data for our own marketing research and intelligence.
What trends do you see in the mice industry for the Philippines this year and in the next 5 years?
So for the next 5 years, I see the trend is that we have an expanded marketing portfolio. As I've talked about a while ago, the concentration of MICE events is not only in Manila, but it is spreading all other parts of the country, like as I've said a while ago, in Cebu, and then in Clark, also in Davao, and also in other parts of the country, because those are the only ones that are aware about the economic impact of the maize industry. But now smaller cities in the Philippines, their awareness about maize has been they have a new realization that they have to invest more. That's why, so their level of awareness about maize is higher than previous years. And they have been asking us to, we call them local partners. They have been asking us to train them for their destination, for their properties, to become more equipped when it comes to handling MICE events. And also, since we're talking about sustainability, so I see that green meetings and sustainability, it's not just a trend, but I see that it will now become a part of the requirements. So when they request for RFP, so it's one of those must-haves when it in terms of organizing and attending events, because sustainability now is not only, I think it's not only a social, it's not only a corporate social responsibility, but individually, every one of us has a role when it comes to taking care of the environment. And also personally, we have a role to make our industry more, the tourism industry, not only MICE, more sustainable by practicing sustainability in what we do.
I'm lucky because where I live in Bangkok, right next door to my condo is a Filipino restaurant. Tell me about Filipino food. For somebody who's not been to the Philippines, is it similar to Thai food or is it different?
There are some dishes that are similar, and then there are some that are not. I think Thai food is generally spicy, and there are some Filipino dishes that are spicy.
What would be your three popular dishes that you eat at home? I want to go local. So what are you going to cook?
The most popular Filipino dish is adobo. Adobo can either be pork or it can either be chicken.
Okay, so is that a dish that's eaten with rice?
Yes, it is. Yes, and adobo is universal. I think adobo is the most famous Filipino dish, and regionally they have the most popular dishes. Like when you go to Cebu, so I think one of the most popular dish food there is what we call the chon in Cebu, roasted pig,
Nice.
and
I bet that's delicious.
it is, and then one of another popular dish is what we call sisig. You eat it when you're having fun, when you're drinking. It's actually not really paired with rice, but it's best to pair it with Filipino beer, like San Miguel beer. San Miguel beer is the most popular.
That sounds like a good pairing.
Yes, it is.
What about desserts? Is Philippines popular for having dessert? Sweet desserts? Ice creams?
Okay.
Mangoes?
Okay. So at the moment we are participating at the World Expo in Expo Osaka, and surprisingly, the Japanese we're having a long line of customers only for them to taste this Filipino ice cream. The flavor is nang kasoy. So nang kasoy, it's jackfruit, and then kasoy, that's cashew. So
Wow.
apparently they find it very, very delicious, and they find it can you imagine, for a Japanese customer, they line up for like 40 minutes just to get a taste
I think
of nang
I would,
kasoy.
because I love jackfruit, and that's paired with cashew nut.
Yes, it is. And then another one is purple yam. So in the Philippines, we call it ube. So that's actually purple yam. So yeah, that's one of the most popular desserts in the Philippines.
That sounds very
Yes,
delicious.
yes.
Fantastic. We have to go. Get your bag packed and we're going to the Philippines. What's the average stay of visitors to the Philippines?
According to statistics for a MICE traveler, the average stay is 3.5 days, and then they could extend their stay. I would say that the minimum for them to relax, the minimum would be 3 nights and 4 days.
Great. And where is the market coming from? If you exclude domestic market, where are your main source markets for mice coming into the Philippines at the moment?
The big bulk of arrival from the Philippines is the market that we're looking at is of course South Korea, where the bulk of our arrivals are coming from, and then Japan. Japanese travelers is also included in our top list of source markets. And then we're also looking at Australians, and then from the US, of course. So that has always been a top source of our market for the Philippine tourism. And then for Asia Pacific, we also have the Australians, and then Singaporeans as well. So those are the markets that we are looking at. And then coming from Europe, We see also those coming from the UK and also from Germany, and now we see also a rise of arrivals coming from India, especially with the ease of travel visa and travel requirements from India to the Philippines. So we're
Yeah, I recently had a conversation with Rajiv Sabharwal from Gaurav Travels from India, and he actually highlighted that Philippines is popping up on the radar now.
Yes, it
So
is.
he said flight accessibility is not that great because there's no direct flights, but the Indian new generation are really taking an interest in the Philippines. So you're seeing that there's beginning to have a growth of Indian arrivals then. Yeah.
Since we have already paved way for the ease of visa for Indians, we are very optimistic that that soon we will have a new route from Manila to India, actually from New Delhi, from Mumbai, which are the main cities in India. I see that there have already been ongoing talks in terms of opening new routes from the Philippines to India.
Raquel, thank you for meeting with us today at the Trends Pop-Up Studio at IT&CMA and CTW 2025. It sounds so inspiring, the Philippines. I have to go, and we have to get more MICE groups to come to your fabulous destination. Have a great rest of the day at the show and tomorrow.
Thank you for having me in.
Yes, great. Thank you so much.